Hello everyone, this is Bookworm Whisper, and today I was in the mall looking for last minute things for my care package, which got sent out today. Yay! And I was in Books A Million, which is a bookstore that we have down here, and I saw this. They have like these little stands, and they had a bunch of Christmas books and memorabilia and things like that on it, and movies and things like that. And I found this book, and I had to have it because I love Christmas movies so much, and I just had to have it. And this is, I think, a White Christmas. It's either that or The Holiday Inn, but I think it's White Christmas, which is a movie that I haven't seen yet, but I plan to, hopefully, because I think it's on Hulu or Netflix. I can't remember. Here's a picture of Miss Natalie Wood from Miracle on 34th Street. That was so sad what happened to her. There's Jimmy Stewart, who plays George Bailey in one of the best Christmas movies of all time, which was It's a Wonderful Life. Here's the introduction. Would the holiday season feel complete without the sight of James Stewart running through the snow shouting Merry Christmas to Bedford Falls? Without the longing on Peter Billings's face as he stares through a shop window at the air rifle of his dreams? Without Natalie Wood's skeptical yank of Kris Kringle's whiskers? Each December, we look forward to the warm cheer that comes from uniting with family and friends, sitting down to festive meals, exchanging presents, and revisiting our favorite holiday movies. There is much a ritual of the season by now, as candy canes and roast turkey. When we view them, we journey back to our childhood, laugh at our quirks, and lose ourselves in tales of love and compassion. There's a nostalgia in many of these stories, and even in the simple act of watching them. They stir our memories of having seen them in earlier times with earlier loved ones. We also adore them for their buoyant endings. Knowing they end happily is not a spoiler, but part of the appeal. It's what we want and expect at Christmas time. For the spirit of the season to come through and win in the end somehow, some way. In short, these films do what the season does, brings us back and lifts us up. This is a very long introduction. It goes on for 2 more pages, so I am just going to get to the movies. Oh, this is one of my favorite Christmas movies. A Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo. The first movie they start with is Miracle on 34th Street. Director Steve Sickley, producer Jack H. Skirball. Screenplay Frederick Jackson from original story by Samuel Orntz and Boris Iger. Starring Margot as Maria, Walter Abel as Jim, William Collier Sr. as a doctor, Jane Darwell as Mrs. Herman, Lyle Talbot as Dick, Wynn Gibson as Sade, Veda Ann Borg as Flo, Pat Flattery for Detective, and George Humbert by Pipadu After finding an abandoned baby on Christmas Eve, a burlesque dancer attempts to turn her life around. So this is Miracle on Main Street. Oh, okay. This whole time I thought I was reading the description for Miracle on 34th Street. I have not seen Miracle on Main Street. And this is Remember the Night. Director Mitchell Lyson. Producer Mitchell Lyson. Screenplay Preston Sturges. Barbara Stanwyck as Lee Linder. Fred McMurray as John Sargent. Lula Bondi as Mrs. Sargent. Elizabeth Patterson as Aunt Emma. Sterling Holloway as Willie. Willard Robertson as Francis X. O'Leary. Charles Waldron as the judge, and Paul Guilfoyle as district attorney. Over a holiday recess, an assistant district attorney falls in love with the woman he is prosecuting. Ooh. I'll have to remember that one. And there's a lot of really cool pictures and everything too. My goodness, this must be a really serious movie if it has all these pages. Oh, the shop around the corner. Its director, Ernst Labucci. Producer, Ernest Labucci. Screenplay by Samson Ralphison. Based on a play by Nicholas Lazzoli. Margaret Sullivan as Claire Novak. James Stewart as Alfred Krillick. Frank Morgan as Hugo Mashosher, I can't pronounce that. Joseph Sauerkraut as France Fada. Sarah Hayden as Flora. Felix Broussard as Purovich. William Tracy as Pepe Katona. And Inez Courtney Ilna. I probably butchered all those names. So forgive me if you're a fan of the movie The Shop Around the Corner, because I'm going to butcher these names. Bickering co-workers at Budapest store don't realize they are falling for each other as anonymous pen pals. Oh man, this is the black and white version of You've Got Mail, which stars Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. You know, when it comes to actors, Jimmy Stewart and Tom Hanks, they're about neck to neck when it comes to great acting, because I love Tom Hanks, but I love Jimmy Stewart. Beyond Tomorrow. 3 old men help guide a young couple through a relationship, even from beyond the grave. Okay, that sounds stupid. But maybe it isn't. Huh? Maybe it's not. The Man Who Came to Dinner. I really don't want to butcher any other names, so I'm not going to do the names. But I'll get the description. A witty but insufferable author injures his leg and is confined to the house of an Ohio couple over the Christmas holiday. Bette Davis. I love Bette Davis. Oh, there's Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. See how it gets. Is that the one in the front, or is it White Christmas? I haven't seen this one either, but I would love to. There are a lot of movies in this book that I haven't even watched yet. Meet Me in St. Louis. Meet Me in St. Louis. Judy Garland. I did see this movie. I liked it. My favorite scene was where she sang Have a Very Merry Christmas. Have yourself a... My goodness, I'm getting confused. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Sorry. A family in 1903 St. Louis faces the possibility of a move to New York. It's a very beautiful movie. And Judy Garland, she had such a beautiful voice. See original version of the lyrics. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. It may be your last. Next year we may be all living in the past. Have yourself a very merry Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Pop that champagne cork. Next year we may all be living in New York. No good times like the olden days. Happy golden days are yore. Faithful friends who were dear to us will be near to us no more. But at least we will all be together if the Lord allows. From now on we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Oh my God, that was the original lyrics to this song. And then the version that was sang by Judy Garland is the one we know. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year all our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. Next year all our troubles will be miles away. Once again as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who were dear to us will be near to us once more. Someday soon we will all be together if the fate allows. Until then we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now. I love those lyrics a lot better. I'll be seeing you. A man and a woman, each mentally fragile, meet on a train just before Christmas and start a tenuous romance. Never seen that one. Christmas in Connecticut. I've never seen this one, but I've heard a lot of things about it. A communist masquerading as a professional homemaker is in a pickle when she must prepare and host a perfect Christmas dinner in Connecticut farmhouse she doesn't have. Ooh, that sounds interesting. It's a Wonderful Life. A man on the verge of suicide is given the chance to see what the world would be like had he never been born. One of my favorite movies of all time with James Stewart and Donna Reed. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Oh, I love that. Miracle on 34th Street. I've never seen Miracle on 34th Street. I think I did as a little girl, but I don't remember. A department store Santa Claus claims to be the real thing. And there's Hollywood. Okay, you guys. I still got about halfway through, but I won't be able to upload this video with no problems. But yes, I love this.